Good morning, everyone. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. I know it's a little bit bright and early for some of you guys. It's just a minute or so before 8:30. Today is, yes, it's the first day of the week. It's Monday, and it's June 23rd. And happy Monday, everyone, 2025. Great to be with all of you. If you are new here to Inspirations for Your Life, I want to extend a warm welcome to you. First time visiting us. If you're coming back, well, of course, welcome back. And after the show, definitely do check out believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, of course, inspiring creations that are guaranteed to propel you forward in a positive direction. All right, guys, our master topic for the week is multiply meaning, not effort. And the granular topic for today, in case you were wondering, is a real doozy. Serve before you're asked. Series 4, show 26, episode number 3. Hey guys, if you are hungry or thirsty, I don't want you to be famished while watching the show. Feel free to get yourself something delicious. Maybe it's just some RO water, or maybe it's another beverage, maybe it's a coffee or a tea or a latte, or maybe you just want a snack or something. Maybe it's healthy, maybe it's sweet, maybe it's tart or not. That's totally up to you. Go ahead and do that and come on back because I've got so much to share with you today. So, welcome everyone to another amazing, energizing episode of Inspirations for Your Life. I am your host, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, podcast host, coach, video producer, and many other things. And today I'm tapping into a powerful principle that can transform not only your professional world, but your professional relationships as well, your community, and your character. The topic is serve before you're asked. In a world that often waits for permission, the people who take initiative and act without being prompted stand out in our world. These are the people who become trusted leaders, dependable friends, and change makers. This episode is all about unlocking that mindset, how serving early and often can open doors that you didn't think were even possible, deepen respect, and elevate your impact in everyday areas of life. So let's dive in together, all right? Number one, let's take initiative. Don't wait to be asked. That is number one. The most respected and reliable individuals are the ones who don't wait for someone to tap them on the shoulder. They see something that needs doing, they just go and do it. Taking initiative sends a strong message. I care. I'm capable. I'm ready. I'm listening. Whether it's refilling the printer paper, offering help to a coworker, or stepping up in a group project, initiative is a signal of leadership. It's one of the fastest ways to build trust and influence. Number two, true service is proactive, not reactive. So reactive people only move when they're forced to move. Proactive people, on the other hand, well, they plan ahead, they stay alert, and they solve problems before they actually grow. That's the power of proactive service. It's the difference between fixing a mistake and preventing it altogether, right? By identifying needs early, you're not only going to ease pressures for others and you, but you become the person they rely on before the chaos actually breaks out or begins, right? That kind of presence makes a lasting impression for others and also for you because, again, you're the change maker. Number three, guys, great leaders serve before being asked. I love this one. Think of most impactful people you know. Chances are they don't wait around for instruction. They lead by example. Great leaders are doers. They anticipate what needs to happen and take action without a push. Whether you're managing a team or just managing yourself, serving before you're asked demonstrates vision, responsibility, and confidence. It's how movements start and momentum builds. Number four, serving early shows emotional intelligence. We've talked about this a little bit in the past. Being aware of what needs to be done before someone asks is a mark of emotional intelligence. It shows empathy, awareness, and the ability to read the room. When you serve early, you're signaling that you're present and paying attention. This isn't just helpful, it's magnetic. People are drawn to those who care enough to notice the small things and are smart enough to act on them. I said recently to a prospective chamber member, I run a 501c3 in Franklin Lakes, and I said to the person, we're not about getting hundreds of cards and hundreds of people. And he said to me, well, I need a little bit of both. And so that told me in one breath that although he appreciates it, he's still looking to do the numbers game. And so that's not what I like. I like to connect with people in a way that's full of integrity. Number 5, look for needs others overlook. Opportunities to serve are everywhere, but most people miss them. The key is learning to observe what missing is around you or broken that no one is talking about. Maybe it's a broken process, a machine, or a broken personality, a neglected teammate, or inefficient habit. When you spot and address those overlooked areas, you become indispensable. It's not about doing flashy things, it's about solving quiet problems. Serving without recognition honors your character. And I've said this before, guys. Your character defines who you are. It's not a question of whether we're going to get good cards, bad cards, or challenging cards. It's a question of how we choose to react that shows and defines our character and determines whether people want to be around us or not, right? Doing something helpful when no one is watching. This is really key. That's character. While praise is nice and real service doesn't require an audience, when you consistently step in without expectation of thanks, you build a reputation of trust and reliability. And here's the secret, guys. You ready? The people who serve without needing credit often end up earning the most respect in the long run. Try something tomorrow. I know you're doing something and I know you want credit. Forget about the credit. Just do it just because. All right? I think you're going to feel better, and you might wind up even getting credit for it. A servant's mindset stays alert. Having a mindset of service means you're always tuned in, dialed into the challenge, not just when it's convenient for you, but all the time. It means staying aware of your surrounding, noticing when someone's overwhelmed or when a gesture could make a big difference. Being alert to needs allows you to be ready, not rushed. It turns you into someone people know they can count on, right? Even in high pressure moments. I've mentioned this many times before, right? If I said to you, people that choose to be accountable before their boss tells them they deserve the raise, not the other people. Number 8, advance your environment through quiet action. I know so many people that want to blow a trumpet or, play a horn or bang a drum because they want to get attention. Hey, it's me, it's me, it's me, it's me. I want attention. Well, you've already got your attention, right? Advance your environment through quiet action. You might have heard the phrase, walk softly with a big stick. You don't have to make noise to make progress, guys. Quiet, consistent service, especially when unprompted, builds momentum and morale. Whether it's a family, a team, or a community environment, they'll thrive when people act without needing to be told. And I know this sounds like something hard to grasp, but I'm telling you guys, this is something that will change your life. That quiet action improves culture. It encourages others and keeps progress moving. It's the fuel behind any successful system or team. Number 9, don't wait for perfect conditions to serve. There will never be a perfect time, folks, a perfect setup, or a perfect reason to serve. Waiting for the stars to align only leads to missed opportunities. Instead, act with what you have, where you are. People remember the person who stepped in despite the mess, not the one who waited for clarity. The power is in moving first and figuring it out along the way. Remember, people remember the person who stepped in despite the mess. This reminds me of the fact that, people all want to strike, when the iron is hot, right? But the true successful person strikes to get the iron hot. A lot of people say, you know what? I've got to wait till my ship sails in. Well, if your ship doesn't sail in, go swim out and get it, right? Take action in your life. Create a culture of anticipation and action. When you lead by serving before being asked, others take notice and follow suit. Over time, that creates a culture where people take ownership, anticipate needs, and operate with true pride. Whether you're in a workplace, a school, or a family, this mindset spreads. It turns passive observers into active contributors. And that's when real transformation begins, guys. That's the key. But I know a lot of you are saying, well, John, I don't know where to start. Well, you got to start somewhere. I've said before, done is better than perfect, and you can always make something better. Remember? Well, here's the part of the program that I really love. So I'm going to give you basically a personal story or lesson for each point today. And I'm hoping that this will anchor in the concepts that I'm sharing with you. Sorry if I'm a little bit, you might be able to see that I'm kind of sweating a little bit. So we haven't built our new studio yet. I'm in a temporary place, and the air conditioning here is, let's say, I don't know, it's here. I feel it on my legs, but it's like with my hat on and everything, it doesn't seem like it really works enough. I don't know. At home, I keep it really cool. Here, because it's a temporary space, I don't have a lot of control. I put requests into management asking to please fix it. But you can see I'm sweating. If those of you are watching this, I am sweating. Not used to being in like what I call mediocre air conditioning. Right. So sorry if you're seeing me there and I look a little bit like I've run a million miles. It's not that I've ran a million miles. It's that basically I am hot right here. And so I'm hoping that you guys, can understand that sometimes when we think about life, right, we think about what's going on, we get stuck in actually the moment, right? We get stuck in that moment. And that moment sometimes, guys, I feel can help us, but other times I feel it can hurt us. So if something's going on in your life and you don't like it, don't cry that it's a lemon. Figure out how you can turn it into lemonade. I think that's really that's a big key, guys. That is a huge, huge key. And so I'm hoping that you'll decide to take action, not just when it's convenient, but all the time. Being proactive, right, means a lot in life. I mean, it means that you're ahead of the curve. You're predicting something before it's going to happen. And that what that means is you're ready for it. You are ready for it right now. And I think that's something that a lot of people get, I'll say, tied with. They get wrapped up in all the details and they don't really know where they should be going or what they should be doing. All they know is that they're confused, they're lost. And I got to tell you something, starting and running many businesses, it's okay to be lost, it's okay to be confused. All right? What it's not okay to do is to just stop because you are confused. Maybe you need help to talk to somebody, a coach, or maybe you need to find a different way to do something, but it's not okay to give up. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to figure out things a different way. It's okay to take a break. I didn't say quit. I said it's okay to take a break and then, guys, come back. So let's just start in right with my first point, which I think you guys hopefully will appreciate. And that's number one, take initiative. Don't wait to be asked. Back when I started one of my first tech ventures, an office printer kept jamming and nobody seemed to know how to fix it. I wasn't asked, but I rolled up my sleeves, being the owner of the company, and I checked the manual and I got it working in no time flat. I even created a quick reference sheet and taped it beside the machine. It seemed like a small act, but it changed how people saw me. I wasn't just the tech guy or the CEO who owned the company. I was someone who solved problems before they snowballed and caused big challenges like customer service or sales not being able to print. The moment taught me that initiative creates leadership. People began coming to me for solutions, and I realized I didn't need a title to lead. I just needed to care enough to take action. Whether it was in business or everyday life, stepping up without being asked opens unexpected doors and earns you quiet but powerful influence. Number two, guys, true service is proactive, not reactive. During a community cleanup I was part of, I helped coordinate some things, and I noticed we always ran out of supplies halfway through the project. The next time, I proactively create a backup stash, extra gloves, garbage bags, and even snacks. No one asked me to, but when we hit the usual supply wall, everyone was relieved we could continue. The effort went largely unnoticed until the event wrapped up, and one volunteer said, "Wow, that backup plan really saved us, John. Great thinking." You see, that moment made the difference of being proactive. It's often invisible, but incredibly impactful. You're not just reacting to fires, you're installing the sprinklers before the sparks even ignite. The people who serve this way are the ones who others depend on when it counts. And that reliability inevitably turns into long term trust. And you'll find people will gravitate towards you when you're doing things for the right reason and you're not trying to get recognized. Number three, great leaders serve before being asked. One of my most formative leadership moments happened at a local nonprofit. We had a new volunteer event, and the coordinator was being overwhelmed with tasks. Without being assigned, I stepped in to help manage the check-in process. I printed out name tags, created a sign-in flow, and welcomed attendees. Later, the coordinator told me that small act kept the whole event from derailing and kept everyone on track with their sanity. And it was an amazing event. That experience stuck with me for life. Great leaders don't lead from the sidelines. They get in the game before the whistle even blows. The best way to build influence isn't through commanding, but through committed service that inspires others to follow. And it's not where you come out and say, "Hey, I got this ego and I want it done this way." No, that's not a leader. That's a powerhouse. That's a dictator. A leader is somebody who sees the challenge before it becomes a big problem and takes steps to either act themselves or get other people to act in a way so that that challenge gets mitigated and crushed immediately. Number four, guys, serving early shows emotional intelligence. Big word, I know. A few years ago, I noticed a team member acting unusually quiet during a group meeting. No one said anything, but I sensed something was a little off. After the meeting, I checked in privately with the individual, and it turned out he was dealing with a personal crisis but didn't want to burden the team. That short conversation that I had chosen to have with him helped him feel seen and led him to asking for time off he desperately needed. That moment taught me that emotional intelligence isn't about grand gestures, it's about paying attention. Serving early shows that you're not just present physically, but emotionally attuned to people and the situations around you. It creates connection, bonds, loyalty, and safety, something every team of community needs. So why don't you start trying that out? I think you'll notice a great big difference. Number five, look for needs others overlook. While consulting for a small business, I noticed the front desk had no script or structure for their greeting customers. It wasn't anyone's fault, it just slipped through the cracks. I wrote a short, friendly script, trained the staff, and within a week, customer satisfaction soared. The business owner was surprised something so basic could have such an effect. The truth is, the biggest difference makers are often the smallest fixes. Most people wait for major issues to act, but when you train your eye to spot the quiet inefficiencies or forgotten pain points, like the telephone ringing here, you become a valued asset. That kind of attention to detail sets you apart. When we build our studio, we're going to build soundproof so that we don't have that. Again, we are growing, as you guys know, and sometimes there are some challenging pains. Number six, serving without recognition honors your character. Years ago, I used to clean up the shared kitchen space in an office. I freelanced that, and no one saw me do it, and I never brought it up. One day, a senior executive noticed it casually and mentioned how nice it always looked. A few months later, when they needed someone for a more visible role, they called me. You do the little things that matter. And they said, serving without recognition is the planting of seeds. You don't do it for the applause, but one day it grows into something meaningful and powerful. People recognize integrity, even when it's quiet. And eventually, that quiet service turns into, well, a loud roar of respect. Number 7, a servant's mindset stays alert. I remember volunteering at a charity gala and watching the audiovisual guy struggle to fix a last minute microphone issue. Being a video producer and being in production for a long time, most people were busy mingling. But I noticed, because I've done this before, and jumped in to help, pulling the cables, running checks, and calming the event host, that it was just a minor connection issue. Everything went smoothly. And after the event, the organizer said, "You were everywhere tonight." Didn't boast that I was in a video production expert. Didn't boast that I had audio skills. Just jumped in and did what I had to. You see, it's not about ringing our own bell, because I know that makes us feel good, but what does it really do for us? You're going to get your bell rung when people feel your value. Nobody cares what you know until they know you care. Having a servant's mindset means you're never tuned out. You're always observing, not to judge, but to assist. That kind of readiness isn't just helpful, it's heroic. In the eyes of those who benefit from it, it builds confidence in your presence. I remember being part of a networking group. It was actually a virtual group online, and they had this whole concept of serving, which sounded great. And they had lots of people, but I was serving and I wasn't getting anything back. Now, I don't tell you to serve forever and not get anything. So there's a point where you have to realize it's about giving, but I just say you're not going to be like looking for something, right? You're doing something because you want to get involved. When people know that you care, okay, they'll venture to want to know what you know and maybe choose to make you an advisor of theirs. Number 8, advance your environment through quiet action. In one of my mastermind groups, the meeting often went off topic. Without making a fuss, I started crafting a clear agenda and circulating them before each session. The structure changed everything. Conversations became focused, goals got clearer, and progress accelerated. Eventually, the group asked me to lead the planning permanently. This is the power of quiet action. You don't need a megaphone, just consistency, care, and commitment. Quiet action shows maturity and respect for the mission. When done right, that is, it elevates everyone and creates a ripple of excellence that everybody wants to celebrate. Number 9, don't wait for perfect conditions to serve. They're never going to exist. During Hurricane Sandy, power was out across a large area in New Jersey. I had a backup generator and invited neighbors over to change their information or charge their phones and get warm. We didn't have a ton of food at the time, but we made do. People were so grateful and bonded our neighborhood in a way that no block party ever could. If I had waited for a perfect setup, those moments would have never happened. My neighbors that I fostered years ago now are lifelong friends. And I pick up the phone and they never ask how they can help. They just say, "We'll help." Serving doesn't require perfection, guys. It just requires heart and motion. How many people do you know that you can actually go up and say, "Hey, I need help"? And they say, "When can I help?" They don't ask what you need. They just say, "When do you need me?" I don't know too many. Step up in the middle of the storm, and you'll find your imperfect effort can become someone else's lifeline, and they may become yours someday. Number 10, create a culture of anticipation and action. In one of my companies, I made a habit of recognizing people who serve before being asked. Over time, I saw this shift. Team members began taking initiative, spotting problems early, and jumping in with solutions. We didn't just get more done, we became a place where excellence was expected and celebrated. I don't know about you, but when you can work for a company that appreciates who you are, doesn't discriminate for race, religion, orientation, creed, color, and reveres you for the person you are, not just doesn't discriminate, but reveres you for who you are and for the skills you have. I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty powerful. See, that's the real reward of this principle. When you live it out every day in your life, others will begin to follow you. At first, there might be just one or none. And when enough people in a group embrace the anticipation and the action that you take, it creates this tidal wave, powerful culture where growth, ownership, and positivity, they thrive. You see, that's how transformation becomes tradition. There's two ways to do it. One is you spend a lot of money and you try to brainwash people. That's not a good way. A lot of public companies do that. And people think that they're actually on board with them because they've built this facade. They've paid people to get others to think they're on their line. But why do that? Like, that's just so false. That's so phony. Like one of my guests was applying to be on my show in about 6 months said to me, John, I like your show. You don't have 10 million people. And I said, yeah. But you do something a lot of people don't do. You're all about integrity. You're all about heart. That's right. I said, you can like me, you can love me, you can hate me, and I'm going to keep producing my podcast and keep producing my content. Being a video producer and journalist for a long time, and then being an authorized and certified journalist and videographer, 8 years with the national press, is something I take to heart. Something that means when I share a story, it's not about me. It's about the story. And if people want to come back and say, hey, John, that was really amazing, great. But I did it because I want to transform this knowledge or transform this experience into other people so that can be part of their world. Everyone I talk to today says, oh, John, I don't have time for that. Or people say, gee, I'm not getting paid for that. Wouldn't it be nice that if you're at the office and somebody says, oh, gee, I'll be happy to do that. Not, well, that's not part of my job. I'm not saying you have to do it every day. I'm saying when you do these things, you create a culture. And then, hey, the boss might say, you know what? You were there an extra 4 hours. Let's say, we're going to give you a bonus this year. See, that's how it works, guys. And people that are pound wise and penny foolish will never, ever get this because they're trying to cash in on every penny, on every dollar, on every tit for tat, right? They think that every second of their time has to be accounted for. A good amount of them do, but it's okay to give a little bit because when we give and people see that our intentions are with integrity, guess what? They want to give too, and they want to be part of not only your culture, but part of your world, part of your community, whether that's volunteer, whether that's your company. That's important. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know who I am by now, well, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It is always such a big privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you here on Inspirations for Your Life Daily and also J Moore Tech Talk and all the other many content shows and short and long that I produce. Do check out BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you real soon. Have a great one. Remember, serve before you ask. It might just lead you to success a lot faster than you anticipated. Have a great one, everyone.